Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. It's 9/11/2025. 24 years ago, a couple planes ran into the World Trade Center, and our lives have not been the same ever since. So hopefully everybody remembers. We all have stories about where we were back then, and hopefully things are better in people's lives today, and hopefully something like that, tragedy like that, will never happen again. We're here today talking about markets and the economy and things that are going on right now. Good day of earnings this past Tuesday night. Obviously, Oracle came out with really strong earnings and just blew the doors off the markets yesterday. Brought some other technology names along with it. Others didn't fare so well, but the NASDAQ did hit a new all-time high. Interestingly enough, Oracle is not a member of the NASDAQ 100 QQQ. It is a listed member at the New York Stock Exchange since 2013, so it does not reflect on the movement in the NASDAQ 100. But the S&P 500 certainly, and the New York Stock Exchange, the NYSE, also had a strong day yesterday thanks to Oracle. Big, huge rise, almost 30% up in Oracle. S&P futures up about 11 handles this morning. We just had the CPI number for August released a little while ago. Let's take a look at those numbers here for a moment. And it looks like they came in slightly higher on the month over month, but year over year came in right in line, 2.9%. Still hotter than the Fed would prefer. We're not moving down. We certainly had a better number, better reading on the more volatile PPI number yesterday. Core CPI just in line, month over month, year over year as well, just in line, 3.1%. Still a bit hotter. This argues for the Fed to either slow it down on their hurry up rate cut chatter or rhetoric, or simply pass next week. So I don't think they're going to pass next week. I think with the weakness in the jobs report and the trend in inflation here right now, it's going to be okay to ease monetary policy right now. It is very restrictive at this point. Chair Powell has admitted so much. So we don't need this restriction on markets and banks to last for much longer. Otherwise, it's going to jeopardize the economic quality and the growth over the next several months. So look for a rate cut next week. It's possible we could have another one later on in the year. Of course, next week is the next Fed meeting. We have two more after this, and one in October, one in December. This next week, we will have projections from the economists on Fed funds futures, GDP, unemployment, and inflation. So what I'll be focusing on there is not necessarily what's happening for the next couple months, but what's happening into the middle towards the end of 2026. Obviously, things can change, and we will have the change at the chairmanship in Federal Reserve in May of next year. Things are already in place to plan for that. So let's take a look at markets over here. So S&P 500 hit new all-time highs yesterday. It's been in a nice uptrend. You can see this right here, higher highs, higher lows for a good extended period of time. In fact, we happen to have a channel there that we could draw in there of higher highs and higher lows on the way up. That's bullish, right? There's no two ways about it. You can't argue about, well, should it be bearish, should it be bullish, and so forth. We don't tell the markets what to do. We understand and interpret the data and the information and make an assumption based on what we see. We don't tell the markets what they should be doing, okay? I see a lot of people out there trying to do that. And what happens? They fall flat on their face. They end up wrong eventually. So we just make observations of what the markets are doing, and then we make trades, make investments based on the data that we have interpreted. All right, that's the S&P 500. Of course, the NASDAQ also made a new all-time high yesterday. Let's take a look at QQQ. That went up, it closed at 580, a little bit lower than the highs of the day, but that it's making a nice pattern here. Look, a nice little W pattern here. You can see that on the chart, right? Down here, test here, down here, testing that one, and right back up there. W pattern is bullish. What can I say? It's just an M pattern is bearish. A W pattern where it creates a double bottom and it tests that bottom successfully, and it actually did it off the 50-day moving average. Nothing wrong with this. This QQQ could make its way up towards 600 within the next couple of months. So keep an eye on the QQQ. Also wanted to show you oscillators here. Not overbought, interestingly enough, right? It's because the VOLT and the volume breadth and the ADD, which is the accumulation distribution line, have not been impressive at all. In fact, I could show you what I'm at all. All right. Again, S&P 500 here, the ES chart has been really strong, especially since April, bouncing off that low in April. So again, the CPI number came out this morning, pretty much in line, slightly hotter on the month over month. We saw that right here. Came in at 0.4, expected 0.3, last month 0.2, so 100% gain from July to August. The Cleveland Fed nowcasting was kind of forecasting a little bit lighter month over month, and they were wrong. Jobless claims, big sharp rise in jobless claims, right? And that's kind of feeding into the fact that the jobs market is starting to slow down a little bit. The labor market is showing some weakness. And we'll see if that continues over the next couple of months. Today we have earnings coming out tonight from Adobe. This morning we had Kroger. Let's see, how did they do? Take a look at that one. KR. You can see I have open door on my screen here. Having a nice morning so far. Kroger came out with earnings. They lifted their outlook. Sales edged higher. Stock's up a little bit, about $1.50 or something like that. Not bad for Kroger. Big grocery chain. So I'm gonna tell you the same thing that I tell you every single time, right? This is a business that we're in. If you're trading full time, you have to have a process. You have to have a procedure for how to operate every single day, right? The repeat actions help you become better every single day. And what am I talking about? Taking positions off the board, selling your losers, having protection, raising cash. All of these things are instrumental if you want to be a successful trader for a long period of time. That's what matters most. What matters most to me, and when I'm talking with other people, or even trading myself, it's not how big your account is getting. It's how long you can sustain being a trader in this market for a long period of time, right? If you're in there for a year or two and you're just looking for a quick hit and then you want to get out, I'm not impressed. If you're here for a long time, you want to learn, you open up your mind, you open up your eyes, and you experience a lot of different situations, good and bad, and you're here and you're surviving and you're doing well, thriving, making a little bit of money here and there, moving along 5 years, 10 years down the road, that's somebody who's sustainable, and that's somebody who I'm impressed with, who's able to put it all together. And we have a lot of people in our chat room who do that. We had a lot of um, had a lot of great success so far with our Leaps product. Oh, let me show you that. Our Leap service, we have some names in there right now. Up 96% in 2025. 96, that's not a mistake. We had an 8.5% gain yesterday, and why is that? It's because this bad boy, Oracle, we had a couple of contracts, bought it at 20, sold it at 104 yesterday. That's right, that's not a typo. 500% winner in the Leaps. You know, it is what it is. If you're in the Leap service, you're getting this stuff. If you're not, you're not. So we do have a few more positions on right now. We'll be paring those down over the next couple of months and kind of quietly getting ready for 2026 with some new trade ideas and so forth. So it's been a great year for us, especially explosive options too. It's up about 45%. But we're very proud of the performance that we've had with the Leaps, and everybody who got in as a charter member for $100 probably made a killing already so far. Probably in the first couple of months of the service made a killing. So that probably not going to happen again with the $100 a month anymore. So hopefully you guys are all money ahead there. So anyway, that's going to be it, everyone. I appreciate everyone spending a little bit of time with me. Monday's a big day in the Lang household. I'll talk with you about that on Monday. Big day. My dad. So have a great weekend. Spend a little bit of time with your family, and I'm looking forward to spending a little bit of time with some friends of ours. Christopher and Barbara at their place in Long Beach Island for a nice long weekend. And I'll see you guys all back on Monday. Trade well today and take some of my advice today. Take some money off the table. Look for some opportunities and trade well today. Thanks very much, everyone. Have a good day and have a great weekend. Bye.